Hey, good morning, Choice Residential. Hope your day's off to a great start. Today, I want to talk about three things that a seller needs to consider when preparing their house for the market. Number one is recaulk. Now, we're talking about trim and around sinks and things like that. Now, here's the reason, right? Not only do gaps in the caulking look bad, but they can also plant this seed in a buyer's head or a buyer agent for that matter, that there's movement in the house and that there's some kind of structural issue because there's a gap in the caulk on the crown molding, right? It may seem silly, but I've heard buyers and buyer agents say that type of thing before. So make sure you get fresh beads of caulk anywhere that it's needed. All right, number two, the front door, and maybe more broadly, the entire area right outside the front door. Right, that's that first impression that a buyer is going to get. While the agent is getting the key out of the lockbox, they're standing there and looking around. So as an agent, you should stand there as a buyer would and look around to see what are they going to see and what needs some attention. Does the front door need paint? Does the doorknob need to be replaced? Is the light bulb burned out there? Or does the light fixture need to be cleaned? Do you need to add some color, some flowers or planters around the front porch? Does it need a new doormat? By the way, that's a nice little touch for your listings, is to provide the seller with a fresh new doormat if they need it. New buyers as well, side note. But really look at what that entryway looks like and make sure that it's representing the image you want that house to represent to your buyers or prospective buyers. All right, and last is paint. Now, I know that may seem obvious, but people hate painting, right? Or at least some people do. And so as an agent, when you tell them, yeah, you need to paint, you can just see the wind go out of their sail, right? Because they don't want to paint or they don't want to pay somebody to paint. And in this market that we're in, sometimes homeowners will say, well, do I really need to do it? You know, the house next door, paint didn't look that good and it sold in 30 minutes. And that's true. Yeah, you can sell a lot of houses right now without doing a whole lot. But the question isn't, are you going to sell it? But it's how are we going to maximize your equity? How are we going to maximize that sales price? And when you have fresh paint, it smells new, it feels new, and it helps get that buyer emotionally engaged to the house, which is how you get them to pull out their checkbook and write a bigger number on that offer line. So again, help your sellers remember it's not about, are we going to sell the house? Are we going to get an offer? Yes, of course. A monkey can sell your house right now. But my job as your professional, as your expert, okay, as your fiduciary, is to help you maximize your equity, get the most money we can, the best terms that we can. And by painting the areas that need it, that's one of the best ways to make that happen. Now, just another note, homeowners often don't see the blemishes. So it's not just that they don't mind that their paint doesn't look great. It's just that the bad paint or the blemishes on their paint has become background. They live in the house. So the lens that they look at their walls through is different from the lens that a prospective buyer is going to be looking through. So help your sellers understand that and make sure they understand that if there's only one thing you can do to prepare a house for sale, it's paint. All right, so check that caulking, check that front door and entryway, and make sure that areas that need to be painted are being painted. All right, guys, good luck to you. Go get more listings, go sell more houses. And if you have other tips, by the way, for sellers, please put it in the comments below. We'd love for you to share it with everybody else. And if you need me, give me a shout. Talk to you soon.